Ahoy everyone, it is Jeff, aka God the Scummer. I just thought I'd come on for a little while and record something and actually give my honest thoughts on a topic which seems to rear its head almost, at least once a year within the atheist community. And for some reason seems to cause a schism every year. And now, to preface this, I did a little, like 1 minute short on my phone yesterday, and did a bit of a joke about it's the whole annual Rocks Atheists schism is in the community again, and like, okay, I'm out, I'm checking out, whatever. But I actually thought maybe I should come on and give my honest thoughts on this whole argument about the Rocks are atheist thing, because I don't know, to me personally, it's not an argument I like. Now, maybe I'm misunderstanding some things about this argument. I don't get it. I don't know. And I think I should preface this by saying I'm not a philosophy guy or whatever. I really am not. And so it's a little difficult for me sometimes to get into these philosophical topics. Now, the last thing I really want to get into is I almost hate getting into like the sort of, should say, definition of atheism kind of arguments in a long way. People, there's the kind of more academic philosophical definition of atheism is the belief that no gods exist, and there's maybe a more colloquial definition that a lot of the activist groups, for example, use with atheism is more just a lack of belief. I hate getting into those arguments, I really do. Now, for me personally, I tend to prefer the more academic philosophical definition of my personal position. The definition I like to go with is more the atheism is the position that no gods exist. That's my personal thing I like to go with. But if you want to go with the whole we merely lack a belief thing, look, I'm not going to have an argument with you about that. Go with what works best for you, honestly. But again, this is one of those things that I think maybe the whole thing with the, should we say, the quote unquote lacktheism thing that seems to come up every year or so is the whole Rocks are atheists thing, and I don't know. I just don't know with this one, and maybe I'm missing something about this, but I don't like it as an argument. I really don't. And I want to try and articulate as best I can my reasons why I don't like this particular argument. And again, I'm not a philosophy guy, but I kind of feel, this is my own feeling on this, that the question of atheism or the question of existence of gods is a proposition that I believe that something needs to have a cognitive functional understanding of that proposition. It's a bit like, I mean, there's a similar argument around whether babies are atheists or not, because you could say babies are born with a lack of belief or whatever. I mean, I tend to go, and like I said, I'm very much in the early stages of philosophical reading. I've got this by Graham Oppy, which I'm reading right now, and this particular book by Graham Oppy, and he kind of, and I kind of agree what he's saying about the whole thing of the babies, for example, would be innocent. They'd be innocent of the proposition, but I don't know. I guess you could make that argument that babies lack a belief in God. Okay, whatever, but when I where but it is an important thing to me that I feel, to me, logically it makes more sense that something has to be aware of the proposition at place here before you can say that it is one thing or another in a position on the existence of a deity, for example, and the whole. This is why I don't. That's why I don't like the Rocks Atheists argument, because I feel like it just goes into this whole just spiral of saying about, oh, my table mat here is an atheist. My mobile phone's an atheist. My can of beer is an atheist. I don't get it. I'm sorry. Am I missing something here? But I just don't get it. I don't really get that. Is this something I'm missing? Seriously, because I don't understand this argument. And I saw it pop up again really recently, within a day or two, and I hate to say this because this is a man I have a lot of respect for, and I'm not wanting to trash him. I'm really not. But Aaron Ra was going to this yet again, making the argument of Rocks are atheists, and it from what I saw of his arguments, it was more the whole. It was like, it was sort of saying either something's a theist or an atheist from what I saw of it. Okay, now I don't want to misrepresent Aaron, but this is just what I saw of the argument. Okay, I just think categorizing things in that way is not. I don't know. It's an either and not no grey area whatsoever, and I don't know. Again, to me, something to me has to have an understanding of the proposition that's on the table before you can really say it's one thing or the other in terms of its beliefs. It has to be capable of belief and has to be aware of the proposition that is on the table. That's the way I look at it. And people can, I'm sure I'm going to get backlash to this, I know I am, but that's kind of just how I feel on this topic. And this is why it's an argument I don't particularly like. And again, I mentioned Aaron Ra seemed to start this thing off again, and I have a lot of respect for Aaron. I really do. I don't want to come across that I'm bashing him. I've maybe spoken to him once, and I had a very pleasant conversation with him. But, I mean, and I'll say this about Aaron. Aaron on stuff like educating people on evolutionary biology, and phylogeny. Aaron's amazing at that stuff. He really is. But sometimes when I've seen him step outside of that particular field, and like some of his history, for example, that's too long to get into, but some of his history I know isn't good. And even though I'm not a philosophy guy, I can recognise looking at him that some of his philosophical arguments are not that good either. And again, that's not a bash on Aaron. You know, the man has his strengths. He has his weaknesses, like we all do. But I honestly don't know why this whole thing keeps coming up, and why it come. It seems to become a thing that people really argue about passionately, and I don't get it. I really don't. And but when and here's the thing: when I see atheists arguing over whether rocks are atheists or not, I always get the feeling that there must be theists who watch this and are laughing their fucking arse off about this. Think this is fucking hilarious. So I really don't get it. I really don't. Now, again, maybe I'm missing the entire point of the argument. I really am. Maybe I'm just totally not getting what the argument is here. But every argument I've heard around this seems to be always seems to be like an activist argument that it's around definitions and taking away from I don't know, should we say judo, I don't know quite how to put this, but a judo Christian kind of elite that dominate academia on certain topics like philosophy and history. This is where I feel like I sometimes fall out with other members of the atheist community, and it's because most atheists I know have a tremendous respect for science as an academic discipline, but don't seem always, like, it doesn't seem like we always treat other academic disciplines such as philosophy and I'm going to say sometimes history with the same kind of respect, because sometimes there's there's arguments that I feel that are driven by activism. And I'm not against atheist activism. It's a much needed thing. I have a lot of friends who are atheist activists, and I appreciate that there's a real need for atheist activism. But at the same time, I kind of feel like we don't treat every academic discipline with the same kind of respect that perhaps, say, something like science is treated with. These are just my opinions, okay? And I'm spitballing this. I know this is not a great video. I'm trying to get some thoughts out there. Frustrations that I have with certain things. Now, once again, maybe I'm totally missing the point altogether with the Rocks Atheists argument. Maybe I am completely misunderstanding what the whole basis of the argument is. But I can only go on my own personal experience, and when I've delved into this topic, the kind of responses that I get. And the kind of responses I get seem to be arguments that are driven by activism rather than intellectual honesty. And I'm sorry to say that's just how I feel. Okay, I think I've said my piece, honestly. I just felt I needed to jump on, record, and give some honest thoughts about how I feel. And again, I've said this about half a dozen times already throughout this video. Maybe I'm completely missing the point of that argument altogether. I'm not a philosophy guy. I'm very much dipping my toes into philosophical arguments. I admit that. It's not my field. I don't really have a field in the sense. I mean, I'd say I'm half decent on history, but I'm not an actual historian. But I definitely have seen things that with history that have frustrated me with the atheist community at times. With, I don't know, like I'm going to say some of the Jesus mythicism arguments. Not all of them. Some of them are good, but some of them I've heard are fucking awful. And I guess, yeah, that's it basically. I just wanted to come on, record, say a few things about this and my frustrations, and again, help me if I've got this wrong. Help me out if I've got this wrong, guys, please. Okay, this is Jeff. Okay, God Scummer. See you later. Salute.